are listening to Digital Pratik's podcast, where you're gonna learn digital marketing for free every single day.
I'll keep on learning every single day something new. I'll keep on applying that something new which I have learned in my life, and I'll keep on sharing that something new which I have learned and applied, and maybe I got some awesome results. So this is Sunday morning, and it's an awesome day, and I'm super excited to share with you 10 different ways on tweet chats to build your brand and increase your following or your audience. Now, for people who don't know or who are not aware about Twitter chats, or also known as tweet chats, let me tell you that they are just a great tool on Twitter for any small business looking to connect with their target audience or with those that influence their target audience. So Twitter chats are focused on a complete separate single topic that is decided in advance by the host who is actually going to host that Twitter chat and use a specific hashtag to help users follow along. Typically, the chats are hosted once a week, and the hosting brand will ask a question which is designated with a Q1, Q2, Q3 and so on in the tweets, and allow users to answer with their tweets and replies with A1, A2, A3 and so on, so that people can bifurcate. So why I'm sharing this particular episode is because last night on Saturday, that is on 14th October 2017, I was actually a part of one of the Twitter chats, which is Shouters Chat, which was hosted by shoutmeloud.com, owned by Harsh Agarwal, and I was actually a participant on that, and it was very fruitful and healthy discussion conversation on Twitter for me, and it actually grew my audience by somewhere around 70 plus within just 1 hour. 70 plus Twitter followers, and that to targeted audience. It was not just random people who are into my segment, only those people. So that is like, it's actually better to have 70 instead of 700 random followers. All right, so 70 targeted audience as compared to or versus 700 or 7,000 random audience. So that is super targeted, and that is why I'm sharing this 10 ways on tweet chats, which I actually did last night on that particular tweet chat. So Twitter chats are actually good at bringing together niche audiences. So when I say niche audiences, basically we mean people who are already decidedly interested in the topic at hand and who are active on social media and looking to find new people to follow in your segment. So in other words, without any time or effort on your part, a Twitter chat or tweet chat has segmented your audience and told you what is relevant to them. So it is giving you a chance to influence them. Now, how do I find a Twitter chat? That would be your question. That would be something in your mind. So finding a Twitter chat is pretty easy. First is you can simply just follow your influencers and just keep on track when they are going to host a Twitter chat, or you can use one of the following sites to search for topics relevant to your audiences and experts. Now, I'll just put up the links of this show note in the episode show notes of this particular one. So you can use these resources to search for and participate in relevant Twitter chats to your business strategy. Number one is Chat Salad, which is a great place to find chats currently happening or taking place soon. Second is Tweet Reports, which has a listing of Twitter chats. Then is TWEBS, which is like if you pronounce it's TWABS, I guess. it's an easy to read and thorough listing of chats, and there is a huge Google Doc spreadsheet with hundreds of Twitter chats, for which I'll put up the link in the show notes. Now, how to make a Twitter chat worth your time? So here are 10 best practices to join the conversation and make sure you get the best engagement rate for your time spent, which I actually tested around last night on Shouters Chat Twitter chat. So number one is prepare your answers in advance. Now, this was not pre-planned for me. I actually didn't practice this particular one, but as soon as the first question was in, I was prepared. So I actually did this point after the first question was announced. So what do I mean by prepare your answers in advance is, if the Twitter chat has pre-decided upon questions, and if you are already aware about that in advance, come up with your answers beforehand, because you will have a general idea of what that particular thing would be. So making them as short as sweet as possible, because Twitter is all about 140 characters. Obviously, they have announced that they would be rolling upon all the Twitter users with 280 characters, but right now not everybody has access. So personally, I have 140 characters right now. Second is be the first to answer when possible. This usually leads to higher engagement, right? Because people see you in the first place, and first impression is not the lasting impression, but what I believe is first impression may be a lasting impression. So that is the first thing. That is the second thing which I actually did in my last Shouters Chat Twitter chat. Third is actively monitoring both the hashtag and your mentions. Now this will require some tools like TweetDeck or Twrbs or TChat. Now I personally didn't monitor anything. I kept on looking into my mentions and things like that on my mobile phones because I was constantly doing it on my mobile phone. Now this particular point will depend on individuals. If you are convenient enough and fast enough on your mobile, it's fine, or else you can use TweetDeck, Twrbs or TChat. So you can open your Twitter account dashboard in two different web tabs on your desktop and type in the hashtag in search bar on one tab and click all to see all tweets. In the second tab, monitor your mentions, and this will help you to see which tweets are getting the most traction. All right. Fourth is be polite, be quick, be short, but most of all, be helpful. All right. It's all about engaging and in a helpful manner. Don't just spam. Numbers and statistics share well on Twitter. So use quotes, photos, as well as very specific insider advice. All right. If required, use videos as well. So I was using this photos at couple of times whenever required in the replies of this particular chat, which actually helped me a lot. So fourth one would be honest and be humble. This is where your customer service will shine. All right. No matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, no matter what you are, be honest and be humble in your replies. That will surely fire up your engagement ratios. Next is respond to those who tweet back at you. This is very important, crucial. Even if all you have to say is thank you, people appreciate it, which is what exactly I did. What I did was last night, whosoever followed me, I actually like it was not for everybody, because I realized that later on in the chat, like in the last 15 minutes and after the shouters chat, tweet chat was over, I actually did it for everybody, and I'm doing it since that point in time forever now. What I actually did was, whosoever is following me, I'm actually manually typing that reply, or I'm mentioning them in my tweet, and I'm tweeting them that thank you for following me. I hope to see you in my next marketing, fitness, motivation tweets, which will surely add value to you. So thank you once again. So I mention them with a thank you message in my tweets once they follow me. All right. So that is a nice way. Now you might be wondering, if you are getting 100 tweets in 1 hour, how do you manually type 100 tweets? That will consume your time. What I did was, I'm using iPhone. So I actually went into my general keyboard settings and keyboard replacements. I actually created a shortcut. All right, for a particular phrase which I want to paste, but I'm actually doing it manually. I'm not automating it, not at all. All right, people do it, automated DMs. I'm not at all a fan of that automation tool, because I believe in human touch. Next is avoid selling your product unless it is especially relevant or helpful. Now, for this point, I will say I actually promoted my stuff over there. I actually didn't promote my stuff. What I mean by that, let me first figure out that the goal here is to position your brand as a thought leader and expert, not to immediately convert users into that chat. That will happen as they come to trust your input week over week over week over week. All right. What I did was, wherever people required detailed information, like there was a chat which I remember, if I'm not mistaken, people were discussing something about the future trend or voice or podcasting. So me and Hirsch, we were discussing about this podcasting thing, and we were specifically discussing this about anchor.fm. All right. Is this a good one or not? Is this the bad one or not? How far I have reached, blah, 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 things like that. So I was actually mentioning things like that, and wherever required, I actually put in the link, because people were looking to start a podcast as well. All right. And whenever they required that, I actually pasted my link, which was directly redirecting to them to my podcast episode or my YouTube video. So that is where you can actually put up the thing. But I was actually not at all selling. Obviously, we all are selling. I'm selling my information right now to you through this episode. All right. Though it is free, but we are into a selling business. So I was actually selling my value of YouTube video or my podcast episode over there. That is what is selling. Selling doesn't necessarily mean that you are always after the money objective. Next is engage with other chat participants. Like all chats, a Twitter chat is a give and take. All right. The more you give, the more you get blessed. Retweet, favorite, and engage with other participants. That's what you actually have to do. And that's what I actually did for the entire 1 hour. And still I'm doing that for that particular chat. Following a Twitter chat, next is following a Twitter chat, keep up your regular Twitter presence. Now tweet at least once a day, guys. Now I would suggest that tweet at least 50 tweets a day, if not more regularly, but more about topics similar to what the Twitter chat was covered. So basically, if you want to grow your audience in your segment, make sure that you always have tweets relevant to your segment. Obviously, you can have a general casual thing as well, but more of the thing, I would say 80 to 20%, where 80% you are always focusing on your audience and your relevancy and your quality tweets. Next is look for Twitter chats outside the retail genre. Now, entrepreneur chats, local chats, and tech chats are also working great for a retail audience and will expose you to reporters and brands often looking for local, social, active small businesses. So, if you are into retail genre, then look out like as I said, 20%, all right, 20%. You have to look about things other than your business as well. So try to engage, try to have a good audience, quality audience. In short, is what I meant by these 10 points or best practices, which I actually followed, and that is helping me grow my brand on Twitter. I'm not a Twitter fan. I'm more on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, but I'm trying and testing my hands on Twitter now with full-fledged, and I'll definitely grow in this. That is what my confidence, because I always try to provide value, and if you are doing that, you will definitely succeed, provided your value is of high quality and you are genuinely helping people and you genuinely believe in the giving stuff and not just taking and asking stuff. All right, so that's it for this episode. I look forward to see you in the next one. Hope you found it useful. If you did, tweet this on Twitter and share it with your friends who actually need to listen to this on Twitter chats. I look forward to see you in the next one. Till then, take care, guys, and as always, guys, stay awesome, God bless, and subscribe. Hey, before you leave, let me just give you a completely 100% free definitive guide on blogging, which is a step-by-step video tutorial absolutely for free, which is available at digitalmarketingforfree.com/start-a-blog. All right, so once again, digitalmarketingforfree.com/start-a-blog. You can find the link in the show notes of this particular episode, and I look forward to see you in some review section, because I genuinely want to know what is this podcast helping you in, what all value you are getting from this particular podcast series. And also make sure while you put in a review on this particular episode, on this particular podcast, make sure you enter your podcast episodes or your podcast link as well, so that we guys can connect each other and empower each other and help the community grow along. With that being said, this is Digital Pratik, your podcast host, signing off. I'll see you later.